such a fantastic opportunity to give you all feedback on the forum, which has been a labour of love for us at Huntington's Victoria, hasn't it, Carly?
Yes, it has.
You probably won't all believe this, but it was 2 years ago that we launched the Huntington's Community Connect Peer Online Forum with all of your help and all of your feedback. And you'll be all really pleased to know the team still doesn't let me have the buttons to get behind the scenes to fix the forum, because apparently I'm, technologically inept. So it's with Carly and the team. Please be reassured. Look, what's happened in 2 years? It's been a labour of love.
Yes.
Which means there's been some great achievements and some challenges.
Yes.
Some challenges.
Yeah.
So we had these fantastic ideas when we launched it, and I think we probably made it a little bit too complicated to access, too many buttons.
Yes, there were a lot of buttons.
And we had Carly come into the team with these great ideas, and so we've streamlined it, which some of the peer leaders were very much involved in helping us shape that after they've had a number of communications and feedback from forum users. So that's been so useful. Thank you so much. So it looks a little different. It's been shaped a little differently to make sure that you have more access to it and it's easier and it's not complicated. You don't need a PhD to be able to access it. And then with the peer leaders as well, we've been really fortunate. We've had different members of the community who have volunteered their time to share their stories and to actually help others in the community feel very less alone and less isolated, which has led to other ways for us to be able to make sure you have access to information. And it's been really pleasing to see that with our awareness newsletter, which I'll hand over to Carly to talk about, because that's definitely been her initiative, and the power of sharing your story, those ideas have very much come from you, the forum users, community members, and very much the peer leaders. So I think it'd be better if Carly talks about the awareness newsletter and the power of sharing your story. But what I do want to say, because once Carly starts to speak I will forget, is that both of these initiatives were very much based on feedback from you, the community. The newsletter has been based on topics you all really want to hear about, and so we make sure you have access to that, and every member of the community is represented, whether you're gene positive, gene negative, at risk, early symptomatic or symptomatic. There are topic areas that are relevant to you, and there are members of the community who address those questions so they relate to your experience. And the power of you sharing your story, I get a little bit emotional about this one because it was through our peer leaders sharing their story that community members who haven't shared their story before actually have. And it's been so wonderful to watch them do that, to sit behind a camera or to talk to us about their story for the first time. It's taken such courage and such strength. I can't tell you how Carly and I have been so impressed and just can't get over how wonderful people have been in sharing their personal experiences. But I'll let Carly tell you more about it.
Yeah, so with the power of sharing your story, we started that at the start of the year. We've spoken to a lot of community members, and we've gotten feedback about things that they would like to hear from people. Sharing your story is difficult, no matter what your circumstances are. The community members that have stepped up have made a meaningful difference to the lives of the HD community without even realising. So we appreciate the time that they've taken to film with us and be in front of the cameras. We know that it can be a little bit scary, but you're talking to Tammy, and Tammy's not scary, so...
Yes, I am.
It's been really touching as well that some of the newer community members have also been open to sharing their story with us for the first time, and with the HD community. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you, Carly. And so, as you can see, it's been a learning experience for us at Huntington's Victoria as well. And thank you for supporting the forum. We're really pleased that it is meeting your needs, and it's only through your input and you feeling comfortable enough to join the forum that we know that we're getting it right for you and that we're meeting your needs, and that you feel safe enough to share your story or even just listen to other people's stories. You don't necessarily have to share your story straight away. And also, if you feel as though you would like to be a peer leader at some point, please don't hesitate to reach out to Carly and I. We're happy to have a chat to you. There is no such thing is a stupid question. You can give it a go, but I'm telling you now there isn't.
Yeah.
And again, this is our opportunity just to thank you all. It has been a labour of love with its challenges,
Yeah.
as everything does have, but it's only through your support and your feedback and encouragement that we feel like it's a forum that is meeting your needs and encouraging you to advocate for yourself. So one day you might not need us, which will be a wonderful thing. So thank you. If you need any information on joining us or you'd like to meet a peer leader, let us know.
Yeah.
I'm Jane Ferguson. My family have been very involved in Huntington's because my father-in-law had Huntington's disease. All 4 of his children had Huntington's disease and passed. 2 out of 3 of my children passed with Huntington's. 2 out of 3 of my brother-in-law's children passed from Huntington's. So being involved has been a part of my life. It's not something that I've ever tried to keep a secret of. I've always tried to talk about it because I feel that it's better to be open and honest about it. My husband didn't share that idea. He didn't like to talk about it at all. But through the children, I found it was always better, because if you don't talk to people, you don't get help. If you don't get help, things get worse. Much, much worse.
My name's Sally, and I've been involved in the HD community for probably my whole life. We are a different generation to my grandma, and we want to make a noise, and we want to be seen and heard and make a difference and make that everyone in the community feels safe and connected, and we're not going to let it be unspoken for our community.
Because there's a lot of people out there who don't know how to share their story. There are a lot of people who won't talk about Huntington's because they feel it's too painful, it's too hard, and they just can't talk to people about it. But there are people like myself who would be more than willing to listen and share my story too. It is difficult, but I've always believed that you need to talk about it to be able to deal with it and to help other people deal with it, particularly your own loved ones.
I think it's really important for all of the community members, whether it be HD positive, family members, carers, to all have someone to be able to relate to. And if you open up, and if we open up about our stories, then other people will also be able to feel a little bit more comfortable to get it off their chest and out in the open instead of holding it back. I've been involved in the Community Connect since the Focus Forums back in 2019, where we did a study and realised the gap in the community where we needed a space for everyone to feel safe to communicate, some anonymously if that's how you feel comfortable. It's also a good hub for all of the research and community posts, and yeah, just a space for everyone to feel safe and connected.
If you're one of the people that haven't joined the forum, it would be very wise of you to join the forum, because there's quite a few people who can give you advice and help. Even though you don't think they may be helpful, give it a go. You'll never know if you don't try.
Hi, my name's Katie. I have been involved with Huntington's Victoria for well over 10 years. It started off with the events committee, and then I became involved in the forum, and I'm currently serving on the board. I've had a Huntington's disease in my family, and my mum passed away in 2020, and I am gene positive.
Hi, I'm Sue. I've been involved with Huntington's Victoria for about 15 years. My best friend was diagnosed with Huntington's, and I supported her through her journey until she gained a warrior wings in 21. I'm also on the board, and I've been involved with Huntington's Victoria as involved on the events volunteering.
I became involved with the forum because I thought it was a really important way for people to connect, particularly during the just after the pandemic, where everyone was probably still unsure about getting out there and connecting. Huntington's can be a really isolating disease, particularly when you're going through it at any part of the journey, and so it's important to give people the opportunity to connect in a way that maybe, if they're a bit concerned, this is an easy way and a safe way to do it.
I became involved with the forum because there was nothing around when I was supporting Lynn, and her daughter now is gene positive, and so I wanted to be able to find a place where I could share the things that worked for me, that helped me, both the positive and the negatives, the things that sort of like I learnt along the way, and to be able to share those with other people in the community.
I decided to become a peer leader because I thought it gave me an opportunity to connect with people and to share my story and give people direct encouragement, particularly wherever they had questions or concerns. It just gave me the opportunity to do that.
I became a peer leader because I wanted to acknowledge, honour my friend Lynn, and it was a way of being able to honour her and share those experiences that along my journey.
Over the last 2 years, our involvement on the forum has just given us some different ideas just to feed back into HV to see where we can improve it and make it more accessible for people to participate.
I also believe that it's been streamlined, so it's less confusing now, and it's just down to 3 things. So it's welcoming, it's asking questions, and then you can ask the expert. So I think that makes it easier, and where you can just go and pop in a question and then people can respond if they want to, or you can write anything you like in that section.
I encourage people to join the forum because it is a way to connect with others who understand what's going on, to connect with an expert so you can ask those questions easily. And I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again, this disease is too big and too ugly to do on your own, and you don't have to do it on your own. So the forum provides an opportunity to find that community.
I believe it's a unique opportunity to be able to express how it is, and it's available online, so you can be anonymous if you choose to, and you can ask any questions that you like at any given time. So it can be 2 o'clock in the morning when you're stressed out, or it's a fun thing that you're doing, some fun activity that you want to share with other people. So that's why I'd encourage people to be part of it.